Today, my channel ascends to a new level because we will be reading Cory in the House fanfiction. Right off the bat, I'm seeing someone has written a 50 chapter, 91,000 word novel on Cory in the House. I won't do that one because that'll take us a while. But how about we read Cory in the House, the anime. On 9/11, this is gonna go well. Cory-chan receives a mission from President Bush to do the unthinkable. Do I want to press this? Okay. Cory soon went to the president's office, where he confronted President George Bush. "I'm ready, Bush-senpai." Bush-senpai's entire tone changed as he instructed Cory on what to do. "Now, Cory-chan, I need you to hijack an airplane." We're really doing this, okay. Cory did as he was told, and he quickly boarded his flights towards NYC. After the plane took off, Cory approached the cockpit of the plane. He entered the room and unsheathed his katana that he had hidden in his pants. Because you can just hide a katana in your pants, that's easy. The pilot turned around and his face immediately grew pale. What are you doing in here?" "You know what I do," replied Cory, as he sliced the man's head clean off with one swing of his blade. That's not quite how I remember it going, but okay. Just then, the co-pilot entered the cockpit to see what the commotion was all about. The sight of a beheading caused her to immediately throw up all over the floor and start to tremble. Cory, being of spy training, of course, knew that she was about to scream and compromise his entire mission. Just as she opened her mouth, Cory placed a firm hand over it and used his other hand to plunge his sword into her heart. Her blood shot out all over his polo shirt. Cory mounted the pilot seat and began his kamikaze mission to New York. On the way there, several flight attendants got suspicious. This caused a big problem for Cory, as the passengers became aware of the situation and began to cause a mutiny. This isn't quite how I remember the Cory in the House show being, but again, I'm not well versed in the lore, so they rushed him, and he began to fight them off with his katana. With every swing, Cory grew more intense. Unfortunately, having been caught up in the battle, Cory had forgotten to continue piloting the plane, and it quickly began going down. The passenger continued to press forward towards Cory, and he did everything that he could to fend them off. He hacked off arms, legs, and anything that would stick out in his general direction. Cory tried with all his life, but he realised that he had failed his greatest mission. He reached for the pocket in his baggy jeans and pulled out his tanto. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. Hold up. Oh, it's a short sword. Okay. See, I see, this is educational. He took one deep breath, said, "I'm coming, Daddy." Yep. He then plunged the knife right into his breast, completing the act of seppuku. Though Cory-chan let his people down, he died an honourable death. The plane would go on to crash into a field in Pennsylvania, far short of its original New York destination. While the wreckage was scoured, Cory's body was never found. Some believe that he somehow survived the attack and still roams to this day. Others believe that the sheer heat and destruction caused Cory's remains to be eviscerated. Cory-chan's people will always know the true answer, that he ascended to Shangri-La. Well, that's it. We've won. That's it. That's it. My channel's done. Nothing that will ever be better than these few minutes reading this. So, I guess we'll read one more first. Well, this sounds interesting. Cory in the Wasteland. Cory messed up big time, but will he be able to handle the consequences? He opened the cupboard and found some potato chips. Cory then retrieved a bowl and soon was munching on some of that salty goodness. After all that, his father said, "Cory, those were the president's daughter's chips." It was at that moment that the California prostitute herself waddled into the room. Said the girl. "I think I want some potato chips." Uh-oh. She said as she happily peered into the cupboard, still open, and his smile slowly morphed into a frown of sorrow. I mean, yeah, you don't tend to have frowns of happiness, but sure, man. The father intervened. "Honey, we're sorry. Cory ate a few." He outed Cory. He betrayed him. What the hell, man? "No!" exclamation mark. The girl screamed in rage. "We don't need potato chips, right?" The girl trampled across the room at the speed of sound as she yelled like some sort of demented Sonic fan. Why can't we go back to the days when people thirsted for nukes? As she said that, she flipped the head of a nearby statue and clicked a bright red button on the flat surface of the neck. The button read "Nuke DC?" Why is this a thing? Okay. As Cory ran out of the White House, he hopped in his dad's convertible and drove as fast as he could, looking back as a bright red missile head began flying out of the top of the White House. He broke down the gate and the Cory license plate flew off. All Cory was concerned about was his safety. As he drove like crazy, the bomb went off and he was outside the DC city limits, and he stopped and stared at the destruction he had created. Buildings collapsed, cars exploded, and the shrieks of agony from the townspeople could be heard. They were yelling for their lives. Men, women, and children were no more because of Cory Baxter's recklessness. He ate potato chips. After watching the city burn, Cory returned to the ashes that once was his fellow city. He gazed on the fields of red and black. He knew what he had to do. I'm the president now. Cory began jerking off as he watched DC crumble into bits. He enjoyed every minute of it, and soon he donned the shirt and tie and began transforming into Reggie Phil's mech, never to be seen again. Fallout 3, I mean Cory in the Wasteland. I've got nothing. Yeah, there you go. There's the true prequel to Fallout 3. So if any of those looking, that weren't happy with Fallout 76 and wanted a true prequel to the series, here we go. Cory in the Wasteland. After an event that gets out of hand, Sophie is shot by a snipper gunman. Well, shit. Okay, we are back. My internet speeds apparently are not strong enough to contain Cory in the House fanfictions. Dude, there's one here from 2007 where Cory got someone pregnant. I once had a tadpole. Cory and his friends get into wacky situations. Rated teen situations, and some kissing. I might have to censor this, guys, I'm sorry. Dang, daddy, guess you're really putting yourself into your work. The theme song plays. Sophie's eyes were huge and kawaii. Is that how you say that? To all the hentai people, I'm sorry, I don't know. While Cory finished the story of a puppy with one leg, figuring out the psychological war trauma will go away if you fall in love. I kind of want to spin off of that now, to be honest. That sounds kind of intriguing. Boring, said Cory. Okay, see, I'm not one to disagree with our Lord and Saviour Cory Baxter, but I don't know, man. I think that's an interesting story. Huh? I'm no Cory Baxter, so, if he says it's boring, then sure. Sophie, don't you ever read any books with, like zombies or basketball or something? See, I get the impression Cory's a bit of a dick in this one, but see, this is actually brilliant because this is character development, because this is clearly a prequel. So we actually see how Cory became the amazing person he is now, that blows up Washington, D.C. See how it fits into the bigger lore of Cory in the House. It's bigger than Star Wars for sure. She pointed at the book as Newt came in. Wahoo! Is that Fluffy Drumbone the doggy? That's like my favourite story. The audience laughs. I'll kill you, Cory screamed. Oh, see, when Cory threatens you with death, like, that's when you know you've screwed up. He goes on to blow up all of DC, so we know this isn't an idle threat. Sophie better watch her shit, man. As he chased Sophie around the White House, whimsical music plays, and the audience... I mean, it's accurate, I'm laughing, and the audience roars with laughter. Finally, Sophie makes Cory trip over a rug and fall down right in front of the President of the United States. Hey there, you silly kids, you... the President said with a smile, even though on the inside he was crying a million tears at he and Chef Victor's distant relationship. What? Where did this come from? What are you kids... Okay, and he just moves on, okay. What are you kids up to, he asked. Daddy, he said he was going to kill me, Sophie screamed as she clung to her father's muscular, justice-filled kneecap. Was the muscular, justice-filled part necessary? Okay. I mean, who am I to question the Cory in the House universe? Cory looked at Newt with angry eyes and a bald head. that's unironically funny. Newt sniffed Cory's hand. Watermelon? Newt questioned as everyone in the room turned to look at him in confusion and some disgust. Shots of the Eiffel Tower and the American flag. Hold on, can we rewind a minute? Can we, Cory, you look so down today. In behaviour, we would call you a sad yak. Why? Mina rolled her eyes because she was secretly in love with Cory. Well, okay, this, wait, I've seen some fanfics in my day with romance, and help me get out of precious puppy time with Sophie, or make some money from it, Cory said enthusiastically, while having a crush on Mina. I mean, you know, many times where I've said something while having a crush on something. I'd see no problem with this sentence. Mina was pissed off like a yak, whose mate was taken away by a pretty yak. Can we just make this a thing now? Can just in every hi, I'm Jones, she said. Her name wasn't really Jones, but her real name was Madison, and Madison was a stupid girly name, so she went by Jones instead. Well, there you have it. To all the Madisons out there, you have a stupid girly name. Go fuck yourself. Awesome, was all that emerged from his mouth. Okay, well, she giggled, so she found it amusing. Even though she didn't usually giggle because she wasn't a girly girl. So you have to be a girly girl to laugh. To all the men, women, to literally everyone out there right now who is not a girly girl, you cannot laugh, okay? So, do you play guitar then? She asked. Awesome, Newt replied neutily. Yeah, I'm starting to relate to this Newt guy, to be honest. I thought social interactions couldn't get lower than what I do, but nah, man, he's right there, man. Well, actually, no, Cory, you can't beat Cory, of course, but Newt is my undeniable second favourite of the Cory in the House expanded universe. Jones laughed again. No, you can't do that, you're not a girly girl. Newt forgot what he was supposed to be doing because he is dumb. I'm not sure that's how memory works. And now, this line is a thing. No, look what you did, I'm not even saying it, but now keep in mind here, Cory, his appearance, see, like, this is racism we're seeing right now. This took a dark turn right at the end. See, Newt was like my second favourite character here, but no, he's just racist. I told you you would be a frog. I told you would be a frog someday, but then the tide came and took you away, the voice sang. I'm not sure about those lyrics. So I think we will end it there. It was certainly a educational experience for me. My personal favourite has to be Cory in the House, the anime. I mean, it had Cory Baxter performing 9/11, but then failing and like going through a character arc and slicing people with a katana, which he somehow had in his pants. Although Cory in the Wasteland was also just superb writing. So, yeah. So, what was your favourite story that I read here? And also, I don't know what else. I mean, just give me your thoughts. That's all I can say, because I have too many of my own to give like a censored. I see. I'm going.